How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. And, yeah, a little bit of milk stout time in the form of Boulevard Brewing's Tough Kitty milk stout. Yeah, Boulevard. Bummer I don't get them in my area. By the time this airs, that will be different. We should be getting Boulevard stuff. Let's see. This weekend, I think they're finally hitting my area, but I was lucky enough to get some bottles of stuff beforehand from the brewery. Thank you very much, guys. They sent me a Berliner Weiss. They actually ended up sending me this really nice, I already posted, mixed culture kind of tart. It's not really tart, but oaked lager. And this. Here we go. As far as what it says on the bottle itself, it says Boulevard Brew Company Tough Kitty Milk Stout, Kansas City, Missouri. And it is 5.5% alcohol by volume, and happy that. Label-wise, I've always dug Boulevard's labels. That kind of inverted square or rotated square diamond pattern thing just does it for me. Very classic, very classy. Classy and classic. So, let's see what we got. Little milk stout, low ABV milk stout. So, I tend to get a little bit of that kind of subtle metallic astringency when it comes to these lower ABV, darker beers. Let's see if that is the case for this. A little dirty glass mafia going on. Been doing that as late. My washer. I know you're supposed to hand wash your things, but I can change my detergent or something. Anyway, pinky finger of a decently creamy head. Nothing too crazy, you know. Pretty quickly receding head on this sucker, but I mean, does she look like a milk stout? Absolutely. The head's a little bit more kind of like rocky, not as creamy as you'd expect, but it has a little bit of creaminess to it, and yeah, she'd be dark. So, let's see if we can get a nose on her. Soft, subtle roasted malts. Nothing too crazy. There is a little bit of creamy milkiness, like you put a dash of creamer and like a very cold pressed kind of coffee kind of way thing going on there. Because soft roasted malts, soft, not even semi-sweet chocolate, just very slightly sweetened, straight up baker's chocolate. A little roasty toastiness, there's no smokiness there. But I do actually get that little bit of tinniness, a little bit of nickels kind of going on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It smells what a milk stout should be. Cheers. Oh, that's tasty. Oh, that's nice. Nice. A little bit of roast. Nothing too crazy. Enough bittering to balance off the sweetness that is there. That milk portion of the show, that lactose isn't huge either, but it's enough of that sweetness, enough of that bitterness, kind of balance each other and kind of prop and keep each other up. A bit thinner than you'd want typically from a knee-jerk reaction to what a milk stout should be, but then again, we are coming in at 5.5%, so it can be hard to kind of get that body up there, especially at that lower ABV, but you wish it would have a little bit more density to it. Super chuggable. This is a session beer, actually. This is what a session beer is. A lot of people don't think about stouts, don't think about beers like this. When you talk about session beers, it's 5.5% alcohol by volume, a little bit higher than textbook session, but this is something I could definitely drink quite a few of. And it'd be a fun summer beer, oddly enough. Again, a lot of people would be like, oh, you know, stout, who wants to drink stouts during the summer? It's like one of the first really cool nights here in northeastern Pennsylvania. It's probably going to dip into the 50s. It's probably close to 60 right now. As you can see, I'm not sweating at all. The humidity's down, so I wanted something a little bit darker. And this is kind of hitting the spot. But I bet you if you made this, chilled this, and made this pretty cold, this would absolutely be a perfect kind of summer crusher. And, you know, sometimes it's not all about those light beers when it comes to chugging some beers. It'd be nice as it warms up and kind of develops and things like that. So it's a versatile beer, let's put it that way. You know, I could chug these in the summer and the winter and chug them in general because they're super easy to drink. But from an impact standpoint, for someone that is looking for just vibrance and taste, which is what a lot of people are looking for, you know, it lacks a little bit in the body. But in I think kind of delivers what you'd expect from that low ABV as far as taste goes. That being said, more robust, bigger, perceptually bigger beers at that ABV, but it's pretty tasty stuff. And I don't get that kind of metallic astringency thing that I thought I was going to get. I thought I smelled Nichols. Preconceived notions. Anyway, let's talk about it. It's one of the better milk stouts I've had as of late. No. In that aspect. Low ABV, sessionable milk stouts? Absolutely. But if you just throw it generally into a milk stout category, there's ones that I would prefer over this one. Ones that are a little bit more kind of creative, ones that are a little bit more vibrant. We're talking about a straight to the point milk stout, no frills, at a low ABV. It's definitely in the conversation. Value and availability? Don't know. Sent to me. We don't get it off shelves around here up until next week, hopefully. So if someone could chime in. Availability, again, you know, if you get Boulevard, chances are you're going to see this. I assume it's part of their core series. And just say if you like what way like this. If you like milk stouts. If you like English stouts. If you like export stouts. This is what kind of what's coming off to me a little bit. It's a milk stout mixed a little bit with an export stout. You know, and if you just like well-made beers, because that's, you know, Boulevard's MO. They make fantastic beers. Their Tank 7 for me is one of the best beers out there. And some of their barrel aged stuff is fantastic. That one, that barrel aged lager they sent that was a collab beer was great. I mean, across the board, they're pretty creative stuff. They make all styles, and they're, you know, they do it right. You know, sure, you can sit here and say, oh, they're one of the breweries that are bought out, but they're bought out by Duvel, and that's different, man. They're not like. I don't count that shit, you know what I mean? It's like Firestone Walker, them, kind of sort of own the gang, depending on how you look at that structure, and Duvel. I mean, they're not more of a circle the wagons to protect the breweries kind of thing going on there, as opposed to let's just buy all these breweries up and maximize profit. I'm not saying they don't want to make money. That's why they send people like me beer. They want to promote and make money. But yeah, it's a good brewery making good beers, and definitely super pumped to have them in my area. There you go. Another review in the butts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all four of those places if you want to check me out. Anywhere else. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice milk stout right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.